language,
dialect,
grammar, autobiography.
Wait a second. What?
I'm supposed to do an autobiography about my language? Okay, I think I get it now. My name is Stephanie Griffith, and I'm the daughter of Tim and Sherry Griffith. Let's start there. My mom's maiden name is Ohne, O-E-H-N-E, which is German. Her grandparents came to the U.S. as children from Belgium. That's this country. They settled in Kansas, and to this day, that's where a lot of Ohmes have stayed. Specifically, my mom grew up in Pittsburgh, Kansas. Well, we'll get back to that. Now my dad, Timothy Griffith. Griffith originates from the Welsh name Griffiths. My dad claims our ancestors are primarily from England and Norway. His dad grew up in South Carolina, and to this day, at the age of 94, my grandfather is the epitome of a Southern gentleman. However, my grandmother was an Iowa girl, and so my dad and his 3 brothers grew up in rural Iowa. And again, we'll get back to that in a little bit. So, let's recap. My ancestry: German, Belgium, English, Norway. Seems like your standard European mix. But you see, this standard European mix has actually had a major influence on the language I speak today. For example, I can thank the German language for giving me the words for my favorite candy, gummy bears, but also for being able to use a fun word like kaputt when something's not working. Plus, there's the whole English and German are both Western Germanic languages, and as a result share things like cognates and grammar structure. Now, my mother said that her grandparents immigrated from Belgium, which isn't really a language. Belgium has 3 official languages: Dutch, French, and German. And we've already covered the Germanic effects on the English language. Then there's my ancestors from Norway. Norwegian originates from Old Norse, and Old Norse gives us some awesome words like berserk, the best way to describe when someone is absolutely losing their mind. Right, Corbin? Also freckle, which I happen to be blessed with many of. But it isn't just my ancestors. It's also my here and now that affects my language. The majority of my life has been spent in the Midwest, specifically in Kansas City, Missouri. Both my parents come from rural communities and moved to the urban, suburban area where they had to adjust their language accordingly. My mom told me one of the hardest things she had to do when she moved to Kansas City from her hometown of Pittsburgh, Kansas, was learn to say wash instead of wash. While I tend to think of my Midwestern way of speaking as universal and uninteresting, upon closer look I found some unique regional expressions that were easily traced back to my ancestral roots, connecting my present to the past. First, catty corner. You know, like the house catty corner from ours, diagonally across. The word is believed to be North Germanic of origin, but another possible source is from the French word quatre, which means 4. 4 corners make a square. French is one of the official language of Belgium. That's this country. That's also the same country my great-great-grandparents immigrated from. What a world! Second, road. Like what you drive on, a road. Specifically, I tend to use the word road instead of street. The word is of Germanic origin derived from fora. Who knew? And third, cornhole. The game, I'm referring to the game. This popular game is often played in the front yard with beanbags. If we break down the word, corn comes from the German word corn, and hole comes from the German word ho. Some pretty strong German influences on this classic family lawn game. Maybe that's why you have to drink beer while you're playing. What does it all mean?